Hey guys, we're here with Jason from JJP Construction. Also, you might know him from Shelter Homes.
Yep.
One of our favorite builders.
Stop.
I know. Flattery. And we're here with my mom, Jacqueline.
Hi.
Most of you know. This is kind of like the old dream team for a while.
This is what I've been waiting for
Your whole life.
forever. Like, you couldn't have done this 2-3 years ago?
I know.
You had to wait until a devastation just threw us all off our...
We've been working with Jason for how long?
Years. I owe most of my success to Jason.
Yeah.
I agree.
Actually,
I agree.
It's true.
I would love the residuals of that success.
I used to have my Tuesdays with Jason. Was it Tuesdays? One day a week, Jason
It was
and
one day
I
a
would
week.
just
I know.
frolic around the Palisades, taking content, messing around with his employees, and just go get coffee, having a good old time. And kind of, he's been wanting us to expand for a while. So we're so happy to have you.
Thank you so much for one, having me, and two, for putting in that effort and energy and getting to a point where you're invested in doing more marketing and really pushing yourself forward. Not me, but yourself.
I mean, this year has pushed everyone forward
I
in
think
many
so.
different ways.
I can agree with that.
With the fires and everything else.
We all started from an equal place of literally zero.
Yeah.
They're like, the fires happened, and regardless of the pain, regardless of the hardships, regardless of everything, we all came back at zero. Like, I came back with 0 projects. You came back with 0 in the pipeline. You came back from being married. Like, maybe you came back at the, great time,
Taken.
like, we all came back literally at ground zero.
I came back with Sundays free. I didn't know what that looked
You
like.
loved that, didn't you?
I worked every Sunday for years for you.
You're like, what do I
Every single
do?
Sunday.
What do I do with this?
I didn't know what to
Sunday
do
now?
on a Sunday. I was like, this is amazing.
Maybe
I didn't know what
Pilates
this
can be
was.
moved to Sunday instead of Thursday.
Yeah. I did my first open house not too long ago on a Sunday in the Palisades, and
You hated it?
I actually liked it.
Okay. It was nice to be back. Okay.
It was nice to be
No,
back.
it's nice to take a break
Felt
from
good.
things and then step back into it. And I guess, even me, because I was living in Amsterdam, when I came back, started working again, it was refreshing. And it's nice to have some people coming back to the community, and also just like driving through the Palisades now, a year later, there's action. So like, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel more normal. And
Truthfully, I kind of miss the quiet. Like, I miss being able to drive through the Palisades and kind of like see across the streets. And like,
Mhm.
I was kind of getting used to that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now I show up and I'm like, oh, there's a house being built over there and over there
It's
and over
busy.
there. And so
Busy.
it is definitely speeding up a little bit, and there's definitely more production happening, which I'm obviously a fan of. I'm very happy that that's happening.
how many houses do you have under construction
We have
right now?
10 under construction
10.
right now.
10.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. How many are rebuilds of houses that I essentially sold for you? They burned down and the same families are rebuilding.
I would say like 80% right now.
80%.
Yeah.
Okay. So they just came back and they wanted the same house they had with maybe slight modifications, and it was easy to get the permits, and then you just put them
Yeah.
back again. It's like Legos. Fell down, you could rebuild it. Sometimes it's more efficient and you could figure out.
I would say, like, the truth is, the easiest route forward is if you can find the person that built the house before.
Mhm.
Like, they should have all the documentation. They should be able to just come back in and execute pretty easily.
Are a lot of them just building the same homes they had prior, a little bit of modifications or different complete houses, mixture?
I would say a lot of them are building the same house, and some are really taking advantage, which I love. I love that experience of the people who are taking advantage of the opportunity and saying, I'm going to build the same house, but I'm going to build what I want.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to change XYZ to accommodate my needs. Like, it's so silly, but sometimes, you live in a home, you just get so used to it. You don't really think about like, oh, like, it would really be great if I had a door here.
So my mom's
Whatever.
building, we lost 2 homes, so she's building one of them now. It's framed. She took me through it last week. Can you tell them what you have going on to make it suit our family's needs? And I mean, this is where you take tragedy and you make something positive out of it, which is what we need to do more in life than sit in the sadness. It's okay to be sad, but to take that energy and try to tune it into something better, it's not gonna, you've got to fix it. It's not gonna fix itself. But can you tell Jason what you're doing? It's actually so cool.
It's fun. I had a smaller 1-story house
This is on Almer.
on Almer.
Okay.
So I decided that I was going to do the same Cliff May style house, Spanish, but just add a second story to it.
Okay.
And Cliff May, if people don't know, it's very California Spanish style.
Like indoor, outdoor.
Indoor,
So you
outdoor
have
living.
a lot of different courtyards and different spaces.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, you can do that in an area like that. There's a little bigger
more
property. You have
space.
more room for those opportunities.
But you have to adjust. Like the courtyard I used to have was beautiful because it was 1 story.
So you
I didn't
completely
realize.
did a new plan. You didn't
Totally new plan.
Totally new
Totally
plan.
But you know what? I got.
Did you compound it so that way Zoe has a place to stay? Or
Well, that's what we're getting at.
Yeah.
So I have
Let
a
her
guest-
tell you the whole.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made room for everyone. I have a separate guest house above the garage
Wow.
with its own staircase.
Okay.
So my youngest can live
he'll
there.
never leave.
He'll never leave. It has its own
It'll be like
living
Step Brothers.
room, its own bedroom. There's room for everyone. So
That's great.
there's
That's
and I
awesome.
have a this is the funniest part.
Where's my room?
You have a guest room. You can spend
We
it.
have a guest room.
Okay.
I did a nice primary in the back, but then I did this really unusual idea. Attached to the primary, I did a separate den, closet, and toilet. So that if
For her future boyfriend,
For
who
my
doesn't
future
exist
boyfriend,
yet. This
if
is
you're
what
interested.
manifesting looks like. She's
You see like a separate room for him.
for the guy who doesn't exist
within
yet.
my bedroom.
Nice.
So
That is weird.
I copied one of your ideas.
Oh.
I did like a closet behind the bed. You know how you did that second
Sure.
closet so you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
kind of like sneak it behind the bed?
But cool. Cool.
It's actually-
I mean,
shared.
No, it's amazing. You have.
well, I mean weird in a good way, not
Yeah.
not weird in a bad way. I mean, like
Yes.
I'm saying, it's unusual. It's good. It's
Okay,
cool.
Here's my theory
I'm all
of
for it.
selling all of your houses. Why do you ever have to share a toilet with someone?
Yeah.
How many square
It's
feet
disgusting.
is it for a toilet
We
to
should
have
just stop
2
going to the
toilets?
bathroom.
But why would you share? You have a giant house. You need how many square feet for a little tiny toilet somewhere? How many square feet?
No, it's lovely, and you know,
yeah,
a lot of
Yeah.
our clients come into these insanely beautiful houses for 12 million, and they're like, "Ugh, I don't want to share a toilet. I want my own toilet. My husband, I
Right.
want my husband to have his own toilet."
You
And
know, I used to build houses, especially when we had just started doing more luxury high-end homes. And like we go back in time, like those homes were like 3 million, not 6 million. But like that's inflation for you, folks. That's California.
Yeah.
Like we did
for the
do
weather.
the separate bathrooms actually. So in the bath, so master bedroom, 2 bathrooms, big closets for both of them, and like their own unique spaces and stuff like that. We didn't see the ROI, truthfully. I think there is a level of build where you get past a certain level, and yes, that makes sense. But in the range in which we were really building our products, there was no ROI for it. The truth is the ROI was in the bedroom count. It was in the square footage. It was in the useful utility of the home. So functionality and aesthetics all kind of combining together. And when you had that perfect little mix of everything together, you had a really great home. Once you tried to, land outside the bell curve and do things like the double bathrooms and stuff like that, you had to sacrifice something else to make that happen.
Well, you need a bigger house to be able to do that. Right.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I like is a separate sitting area. I've decided as you get older, not everyone's on the same sleeping pattern. I stay up really late and I still get up early. And if you're with someone that goes to bed early, the last thing you want to do is be lying there in the bed looking at the ceiling because you can't move. So I did that. That's great. And then downstairs we have a gym and I'm putting in a little steam room and we kept the existing pool.
the base
and it's
is
fun.
like
It's for everyone.
you can create your own dream house if you got the opportunity to. It's for a lot of people, for us, taking a tragedy and making it something positive. We loved our house before. Like the house we had before was my favorite house I've ever been in. It was a dream. But this is going to be, I guess, more practical, and it'll be nice in its own way, and you get to choose those things. So,
and
that's
it clearly shows the intent too that you do plan on moving back.
Which I plan to move back. I plan to still stay in the community, and I love the Palisades. We love the Palisades, so we'll be one of the first people back. It should be done in 6-7 months, and
Can you say that like this?
Like 6-7 months, 8 months. We'll see.
That's the thing about it is you can't in LA. It's huge. That community, there's no way it's not going to come back because it's just a very special community. I've lived all over the city, and now we're in Malibu, and it's amazing, but it's still not the Palisades. And whether it's because it's a bit closer to the city or just the feeling you get, if you were someone who was from there, there's just no way it's not going to come back. Now, the timelines for everyone, that's a completely different story.
I always say, what made the Palisades great before, it'll like all of the reasons are still there.
Exactly.
Right? Like everything is still intact in terms of what made it great. So it's just about getting people back there to to create the community again.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I agree that the Palisades is fantastic and it will be great again. The timeline is the biggest question.
Are you taking on more clients now that you have 10 houses being built? Or are you guys booked solid?
A house.
Slot.
We are taking on more clients. Yeah. I think next year we already not next year. We're already in this year. Like this coming year, we probably have another 5 coming up. And then that's about all I've got in the barrel. So we definitely have the turnover that'll happen from the 10, and then we have room for more for sure.
How are you building differently, if anything, versus like when we were, before?
Yeah.
And that's a broad question, but.
Well, it is interesting. Some of your houses didn't burn down.
Yeah.
Do you think it was anything you did in particular, or was it just the way that the wind went?
I said this from the beginning of the fires. So I've built roughly about 40 homes in the Palisades.
Mm-hmm.
90% of them are in the alphabet streets, and 36 of them are gone. Mm-hmm. The homes that survived, what made them different? What made them unique? Why did they stay around? I don't know. Like I can't say for sure. On Muskingum, I really think it was a wind factor because that house was below all of the others. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how, but that one somehow survived.
I actually think, just because we spent so much time in that house, I think the fact that it was lower built in there protected it, which is the funny part is everyone was, when we were selling it, they're like, oh, it's low, my car, I don't know if I can do it. Now they wish they bought that house.
Oh, right. But we went through with the car? Remember that? Oh, so, my gosh.
But I think like for that one, I can confidently give you an answer on that one. But for Charm Acres, so on El Medio, there's one on El Medio that survived. I think there was actually someone on the street that was constantly fighting the fire there. So there was like a homeowner that was like fighting the fire. So I think that one survived that because of it. Because like their car burned, their garage was burning, but I think someone was physically there like putting that fire out. Then Charm Acres and Marinette.
Yeah, Marinette's perfect.
Yeah, Marinette survived, but then the house right next door are gone. So there was also a thing about elevation, like she's so much higher than the house below her. So I don't know. I think
I'm getting sad. All of those houses I sold.
Yeah,
it was fun for a while.
Yeah, so
we had a good run.
But I don't think it had anything. Truthfully, I don't think it had anything to do with building science. Even with the house that went viral on iLift, that was like famous for surviving the fire. The only reason I actually think it survived is because the lot right next door, it was literally fire and then empty lot. So all of the wind and all of the like everything that would have been pulling it towards the house
didn't have anything there. Catch on.
Now again, I'm not a scientist, so don't take my word for any of it. I'm just like I'm looking at that going, it's a great house. It's, maybe it's a passive home. That's fantastic, but I don't believe, like, I think that if you sat there and you tried to ignite that home, it would ignite. Like, I don't think that
So you didn't do anything different on any of the homes building
on the
On the
homes,
old
on the old homes. No, on these homes, what we've decided to take we decided to impose 2 building tactics to just help be more preventative on the fire approach. So we are completely wrapping the house with a fire retardant product before we even start the siding. So the siding is already somewhat of a fire retardant, and then we're also including that on the framing itself. So we're doing that on the framing. And then the second thing we're doing is roof sprinklers. Some people want to do the roof sprinklers and the eave sprinklers, each to their own, but at least at a minimum, we're doing the roof sprinklers because I believe that can create some sort of barrier around the home.
We're doing that.
What do you think about if you have a pool, somehow getting
Adding the pump
water?
to it?
Yeah. Would that go to
So
the sprinklers on the roof?
if you have a pool, so if you put the roof sprinklers on your home and you have a pool, you should definitely have a pump that easily allows you to access that water for sure.
How would that work? Does it attach to that?
Yeah,
house?
you're running a pipe to your back property line, and then when the fire is starting, you just literally drop the pump in the pool and leave.
Oh.
Instead of taking your purses.
I know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
The only thing I
You
have.
left your passport.
I
though.
know, passport.
This was great.
documents,
Jacqueline's like, leave the tax documents. Take
Everything.
the purses.
everything.
Literally.
I ran back in last second. What do I need? My purses.
Did you take purses?
Yes,
Which ones?
and half of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you take? You didn't. But you didn't take the Chanel that I loved.
I
The
took one Chanel.
The fuzzy one.
Yeah, I have it.
You have it?
Yeah, yeah.
What a lucky.
That's what my mind went to. What do I need? My
I
Chanel.
would do the same. My dog and my Chanel.
Yeah, not the passport,
took
not
your dogs,
the
right?
financials. No,
Obviously.
no pictures. Forget family pictures.
Right.
But the purse.
Actually,
not
let's
forget
be
the purse.
honest. Like, if she was like, Zoe, I have old pictures of you, baby, or you can have the Chanel, I would say I'd take the Chanel. Yeah.
Wow.
It's much more
Okay.
practical.
There you have it, folks.
There you have it. What's important? Our memories are in our head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got lucky though. My dad lives near Santa Barbara, so he has some photos. He has
Yeah, some stuff. Okay.
And I thought I went up to visit him recently, and I realized that I was like, wait, I kind of forgot that there were things still there. That's nice.
That's the one
You.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
See,
very
there are positives to divorce.
That's
There
true.
are
If there's
some
a fire, the other side has the photos.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
If you're annoyed
It is
with
an
one
empty
parent,
house,
you can
though.
go to the other one. They're usually annoyed with them too, because they're divorced.
Well, I bought new furniture and it's in the rental in Malibu, but you realize you don't have any clutter, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
I went to a house today and you realize how much people accumulate over the years.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that. No photos, no tchotchkes.
I mean, they always
none of that.
say like doing what's her name? The girl just cleaning out your life and that
Yeah,
feeling.
I know what you're
It's the
talking
best feeling.
On Netflix, the girl.
Yeah. You know, if it doesn't bring you
Marie
joy,
Kondo, I think.
something doesn't bring you joy. You
I
have
have some guy like Googling in the back that can give us the answer to that.
We'll check it later, but everyone knows who I am talking about.
Yeah.
I do miss working with you though, because now you just build for clients. So you don't really have any spec homes.
You know, I'm
going
starting to warm
yet.
back up into the. I think so.
I have one for you.
Okay.
Let's discuss after.
Yeah.
I have a plot that I've been trying to.
Look, I said for the longest time, I said I'm not willing to buy some. Like, yeah, 1.7 is a good deal. Like on paper, you look at I can buy something for in the Palisades. Let's say on average 1.7, it's a good deal. But I would much rather pay 2.2, 2.3, and actually be able to figure out my comps and actually be able to like do the math on what that looks like on the back end than to just buy for 1.7 because it's a good deal. So I don't want to hold on to 1.7 and be like, okay, this is not working.
We don't really know.
But I actually think just from like what I'm seeing is like we're now in phase 2. We're out of phase 1, we're in phase 2.
I agree with that.
And within that, the people who can now come in now and start speculating, I actually think we might actually have, within the next year, you're going to have blocks that are done. You're going to have houses that are done.
Yeah.
And you should have people that are moving back in.
And the city owes it to us at this point and the community to get these businesses nearby up and running.
100%.
They owe it to
That's
us
big.
so much. Like, I'm sorry, they fumbled. Like, fumbled is a nice way of saying they effed up. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
and they owe it to getting, because that's what's gonna get our friends, our neighbors, our clients, everybody back, is the community thriving, the coffee shops opening, the markets being built, things that you use on a daily basis, and the convenience of it being close. And then on top of that, the restaurants and your friends all there, and you're running into people. Like, they owe it to us to get that going, like, ASAP.
There's a lot of infrastructure.
Because then the people are going to want to come back.
Yeah.
I know that for me, like, there's nothing like having, the town was like your backyard. Obviously, I had a backyard, but having that so close and convenient made it thrive. So it's really about time. Like, they keep saying things are coming back.
Well, like, people are starting to move back into the Huntingtons.
Yeah.
Like, those houses are getting occupied again. So, like, people are coming back.
I have a
It's
good
just really
success
slow.
story.
Yeah.
On El Medio, I had a house that I put on the market last week
I saw it.
for just under $5 million, and we did not
It went booming. Everyone
and
wanted
we
it.
did not
Crazy.
remediate the property. And I got a lot of pushback of why I chose not to remediate it. Not me personally, but I had the conversation with the sellers that moved to Northern California.
Good friends of ours.
Yeah, that's right. You know them too. Yeah, I forgot. So I was like, here's the thing. The level of remediation of these standing smoke damaged houses varies from client to client. Like, they had an estimate to, lead cleaning and a deep clean. Someone would say, okay, $100,000, I'll do that. Then the next person could come in and feel that they really want to rip up the floors and the drywall.
cabinets and everything.
So I said to that seller, you're not going to know what someone's going to want to do. Let's give it a shot, put it on at a little bit of a lower price, and let's see what happens, and let the next person come in and do the work. So I
and you're
put it
getting
on.
offers already?
I'm in escrow.
Awesome.
After one day, and I have
Incredible.
2 backup offers right
Wow.
now that we're countering back to.
Wow.
That was the response.
The person buying.
By the way,
user.
one of the counter
Yeah.
backup offers is one of my clients.
Awesome.
It's so funny.
That sucks for you. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm like,
I'm hoping my guy comes.
this is funny.
I
I'm
both
like,
sides
come
of
on.
the deal. So, both.
This is the true agent's
Mom and
reaction.
daughter. I'm like, how's your client doing? She's like, they're gonna close. I'm like,
We're
damn.
going to close.
But they're all end users.
Yes. But
Yeah.
the point is, at the open
great.
house, I was nonstop people. It was so positive. Families wanting to come in. That area did not get hurt by the fire primarily. So they feel like it's a real neighborhood.
We're getting a lot of family, like extended families, right? So like a lot of people who already are in the Palisades are gonna come back. They're moving their in-laws,
In-laws or whatever.
and they're trying, to create the community.
I do think right now, especially right now, the perfect person to be buying is the end user. Like
Yeah.
that's 100% certainty. Because the numbers make insanely good sense
Mhm.
on a personal basis. Like, to be in a $3.5–4 million home, even a $5 million home that could potentially be worth $7–8 million in a few years from now.
That's
Like,
right.
that makes 100% sense.
Also, the people that, let's say, have little kids or see themselves wanting to be there maybe down the road, like an end user, but not quite yet ready, it's such a good time to get in. Because when are you going to see the numbers the way they are? And then you're settled, because it's just, yeah, obviously builders want to be in there and and other people. But I think that if you see the, a few years ahead or a 5-year plan, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So that's good news for the community. And your El Medio is right down the street from where their house
Yeah,
is.
but I think they're buying that. I think they still live there.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone's, yeah.
I don't know.
I just couldn't
That is
believe
good.
all of these people coming and wanting to come back to the community. And I think the alphabet streets will follow. Once the houses are built, people are going to
Yeah, we
go
just need
back
to see
over
some
there.
numbers, right? And
We
once
don't know those numbers.
Once we begin to see some numbers, it'll be a clear.
But if I
indication
get
of what-
close to 5 for mine and it's not a new house, that's positive for the end results for the alphabets, I
For sure.
think.
I think so.
And, I think there's so much pressure on my mom specifically
Ugh.
because she's setting new comps. and
Say it,
setting
Lucky
new
for me,
comps, setting new
always
comps.
pressure.
Yeah, and there's the fire, and there's a lot of there's a lot of opportunity, and there's a lot of tragedy, and there's just a lot of emotion. And then on top of that, you're dealing with clients and people who, at the end of the day, people with their money. It's like those are the scariest ones to deal with. They're like the hardest ones to deal with, I guess. And it's a lot of pressure. And also we have houses there, so we want the comps and everything to be just as good as everybody else. It's not like we're like, no, just here. A lot of agents who aren't necessarily from the Palisades will just be like, I'm in it for a sale. We're like in it because we're in it.
And that's the thing that's troubling. A lot. I won't name names, but a few of agents have been really awful, and they didn't lose houses. They weren't affected by the fires. They've come in pretty much like vultures. Few people.
I think that's industry standard.
It's nice.
I think that's across the board. A lot of people, right off the bat, that's where it was really disgusting. Where it was like, oh, let's start attacking all the lists of homeowners and like that's kind of crazy.
Real estate is notoriously known for being like that.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's like, for us specifically, we are in it too. So it's not, we don't want to see anyone lose or anyone not get, we want the community to be back. We want things to be at a good comp standard,
Well, that was one thing. When the fire first happened, I took this stance personally. I turned down listings because lot sales because I didn't want to hurt the comps for the neighborhood.
Right.
So I lost listings, and some of these other outside agents didn't care because they didn't live there, and they just took it and then they crashed the prices. So I was really sensitive to that the whole time for myself personally and the community.
Because you can stand up a year later and like say that with honesty and truth, and this is what you believe in, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to help everyone.
And the builders that we recommend to people, we've worked with she's worked with over a decade. Most of them have helped us with our houses over the years and this and stuff. So it's not like, it's it's a family business. So we go off, but we're based off that.
I will say, I do thank you for where I've gotten in my career. If I hadn't had your open houses to sit every single Sunday and our coffee bean marketing meetings that I'd have to come to the Valley and we'd be discussing how we should be doing a podcast. Here we are. And how we should be doing more innovative marketing. You were always ahead of the curve that way, beyond everyone else. And Zoe stepped in.
It wasn't even just because it was like good for his, his brand. He loves it. He has a great time doing this.
Yeah, but people would call me and just ask for JJP. I mean, I would get people in the open houses and they loved your content. They loved your Instagram, and you would just get people following you for that. And I think you were the first person in the area to really do that kind of thing. And we were the biggest group with new construction, solid homes, and it was amazing. And now you got to come back and rebuild the community. And I learned so much about new construction just from you. So I'm really equipped right now to understand what it is to sell land and the permitting process and architects and reading plans and new construction. That was just from you.
I'm going to stop you just so you know. That's really important. A lot of agents have no idea how to sell land and how to sell things that are in development, and new construction. Those are three different things that are all different. And Jacqueline really, without a doubt, has had all of those experiences and knows exactly what to do with those.
That's what the difference between a regular agent. I always say, we do end users and houses, and we've never. My mom's looked at me and she goes, we never turn something down, whether it is a $600,000 condo to a $30 million house. We never.
That sounds like Jacqueline. Definitely.
Yeah. She's a hardworking single mom, and she installed that in me. But what is different is the knowledge she has with what you just said, and the smarts with the craftiness to create these deals when someone's like, I don't think it's going to work. She's like, no, you just don't see it yet. And she creates
the difference in the transaction is actually palpable. Like, you can genuinely feel the difference between agents who don't know what they're doing and don't know how to set proper expectations with their clients, don't know how to deal with certain things, don't know the process of certain things. Like, it's just so brand new to them. And even if they're like, oh, I sell new construction all the time, I know exactly what I'm doing, they really don't. Like, it is such a different experience. And when you're dealing with an agent who actually knows what they're talking about, actually knows the process, knows the procedures, knows what's normal, knows what's not normal, like, it's night and day. So I refer you to all of that.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, for sure.
What is some advice that you would have given to your younger self, or maybe someone starting out in new construction building?
If I'm being honest, if I can
Be honest.
genuinely be
brutal.
honest, it is not
He's an honest guy. He's sometimes too honest.
not brutal, just honest. I think that the younger me was very naive. Very naive. I was like a racehorse with blinders on. So I studied what I needed to study. I knew what I needed to know. Like, and I don't regret any of that. I think learning to crawl before you can learn to walk, before you can run, like, those are all really important things to do. And I appreciate my experiences wholeheartedly, but I was also very naive to the world around me. And I think that my advice to anyone who's in this world or wants to get in this world is, it's okay to get in. It's okay not to know anything. It's okay to be honest about that and say, I just want to learn and I want to get involved. And what can I do? One, provide value. If you provide value in some way, you will give yourself a reason to be there. You know, like, you know, Zoe wanted to learn real estate, and she took the route of, let me help my mom with marketing and let me help Jason with marketing. She brought value and said, I can do this. I can hold a camera and I can record you and I can edit it and I can put it together. Even though, like, she's not a professional at that. She doesn't know those things, but she knew how to do it. And she literally, I mean, like, there were nights where you were spending all this time, like, trying to edit something together and trying to put it together and make it cool, because you were just doing the best that you could do to prove value and prove your worth being there.
And she managed to sell over $20 million her
just
first
by being
year.
100%. It's true.
Yep.
But the that's the point. Is like, okay.
But it's true. And she got the biggest client. CEO of Marriott was your first client.
Some semblance of value.
You were good.
So she provided some semblance of value, got in, and was able to enjoy an experience of learning and growing. And though that is the route that I preach and I approve of and I believe in, is get in, provide value, and grow. Take the time to grow. You don't need to jump. You don't need to skip. Like, it's okay to take those small steps to grow and to become something that you're meant to be. But don't be naive. Open yourself up to everything that's around you. Soak up everything that's around you. I genuinely, like, it might sound crazy, but, like, I remember meeting you in 2016 or 17, somewhere in that.
Well, it was when you were working with Brad.
Yes. And I truly did not understand the role of a realtor. Like, I mean that. I don't mean it like, you know, I knew that realtors listed houses, but I didn't know how they got paid. I didn't know what their incentives were. I didn't know, like, how they found stuff. I didn't know, you know, that you have to source these deals. I didn't know that, like your client is your client and don't mess with my client, and, you know, and all these proprietary things. I just was just like, okay, like, you're the realtor on this house. Okay. Like, I don't know. And I remember, not to bring up drama, like, I definitely not, but, like, I think there was some drama when I first met you about, I met you, but then someone else got the listing or something like that. And I'm like, what is she being a baby about? Like, I don't understand this. Like, genuinely didn't really understand it. I even had, like, I at one point I had a realtor looking for apartments for me before I got married. And, like, this realtor must have spent hours looking for an apartment for me. And I'm just like, never mind. I don't want to. I'm just going to stay living at home with my parents. And I had no understanding of how that affected him. None.
Working for free.
Yeah. Like, now I know, but I didn't understand that was job. I didn't understand it was a big deal. I didn't understand how that affected him. I didn't, like, no clue. But but like once you open your eyes and you begin to see like, okay, like even though I want to be a builder, I want to be a contractor, I want to be a designer, I want to be in this lane, open yourself up to everything else. Understand everyone else too, so you can sympathize, you can grow, and you can react, and you can actually grow as a person by seeing everyone in their own space. Even though you want to stay in your lane, stay in your lane. That's great. Like keep your head down and really like focus on you, but open yourself up to everything else so you can grow whole, not grow in just part.
Yeah, you need other people around you.
I hope that made sense to all you young viewers out there.
It made sense to me at the end. You need people around you to support what you were doing, because and when you understand the elements of what goes into it, it's much easier to.
But I will say, I do thank you again for being loyal, because this business is very difficult. I've had old assistants steal my contact lists and and reach out to my clients behind my back out of state. It's a tough business. You are always loyal to me, even though I would make you angry and we would have issues. You would say, we need to talk. But you know what? You were always loyal to me. You and your father. You always had my back. You're honest people. Very few people in this industry are like that. So I always say that about you. You're a great person. You're just a great friend, and the loyalty.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Where can people find you?
Where can people find you?
Give us all your social media. Where can people find you?
Yeah, because he needs some more builds.
Yeah.
How can they get a hold of you? And
YouTube.com/Jason Pye, spelled as it sounds. And Instagram is JJP Construction. And those are the two great avenues to reach out to me.
Alrighty. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jason.
We'll have him on again. This is fun.
This is not a long enough conversation.
Yeah, part 2.
We need a part 2.
Okay.
Comment down below your favorite thing about today's episode and why you want a part 2.
Bye.